Hello, welcome slashers, and I'm Gripped here, and welcome back to my channel. Now for today's video, I'll be returning back to the ranking videos. That is right. Today I'll be ranking the Child's Play protagonists from worst to best. So with that said, let's get into this video. At number 7, which is the worst, is Jennifer Tilly. Now, yes, she is kind of a protagonist because it did kind of focus on her quite a bit in Sea of Chucky, but you see, the reason that she's so low on the list is because of all those jokes. There's a bunch of like jokes about, you know, Jennifer Tilly being fat, and you know, there's just a lot of like very like there's just a bunch of jokes that are repeated with Jennifer Tilly, and they just kind of get old after a while. They just kind of get really old, and I didn't really like that. And plus, Jennifer Tilly played this character like, she's just very like, kind of mean girlish, sort of, if that makes any sense. I didn't really care for that. She's just kind of a very frustrating character to watch, for me, to be honest. Jennifer Tilly in real life is really nice, but in Sea of Chucky, I don't really like her too much in Sea of Chucky. At number 6 is Jesse and Jade. Now, the reason they're second worst is because, you see, when you think about it, these two turned on each other really easily. When Chucky and Tiffany were killing different people, kind of while they're trying to figure out which one of them is the killer, they kept blaming each other. And yeah, they're just so quick to blame each other for things, and it can kind of be a little frustrating, if I may say so. At number 5 is Tyler. Now, I don't dislike Tyler, but Tyler's a very gullible character. If you really think about it, he is kind of gullible. He wouldn't listen to Andy's warnings when he gave them them. He's not a bad character, he just has a few of those flaws, and that's about it. At number 4 is Nika. Now, just because Nika's at number 4 doesn't mean she's a bad character. There are a lot of more fan favorites along the lines, but Nika's a really cool character, especially with how Fiona Dorff plays her. Now, one very interesting thing to note about Nika that is different from all the other characters is she's handicapped. She cannot walk. She uses a wheelchair, and yes, it's a really interesting thing they do with the character. This character, even though she's in a wheelchair, she fights back, and she's pretty awesome actually. She's actually a really cool character, and she's still badass even though she is in a wheelchair, and I really like that about her. She's not a frustrating character at all, actually. She makes some really wise decisions in these movies, and she's really smart with how she does things. She has a she has a huge disadvantage because she's in the wheelchair, but she can still defend herself, and I think that's really cool about the character. At number 3, in the top 3, is Kyle. Now, Kyle is a pretty awesome character, definitely a huge fan favorite among many fans. Everyone loves Kyle, and Kyle's ability to fight back is pretty amazing, and she's just overall a very likable character. I guess she could kind of be relatable for some people when looking at her backstory. Among fans, she is a favorite among many fans. At number 2 is Karen Barkley. Now, the reason Karen Barkley is at number 2 is because of her ability to protect her son and fight Chucky. And plus, she's just very likable, and the whole thing where she's about to throw Chucky into the fire, it's just amazing. it's kind of a funny, but yet really cool moment. Yeah, she's a very determined character as well, and you see, that's something I really like about Karen Barkley is she's very determined to make sure that her son is safe. At number 1, no surprise, is Andy Barkley. Now, Andy Barkley's been in almost every Chucky movie, except for Bride and Seed. He appears at the end of Curse, and has an even bigger role in Cult. You know, he's been able to survive Chucky for how long? Nearly 30 years. And Chucky has not been able to kill him or put his soul in his body. And that alone is amazing. Plus, like all the other characters, he's just very likable. And the actual real Andy, the person who played him in all the other films, returning for the future films is just amazing. That's just perfect. Andy Barclay is like the OG. He's pretty much the main protagonist of the whole franchise. It started with him, and I don't know if it's gonna ever end with him. I mean, he's managed to even survive in the newest Chucky films. He's always in some way kind of been a step ahead of Chucky, except for in Cult, because Chucky kind of got away in Cult. But overall, Andy Barclay at number 1. What are you guys' ratings? You know, just drop them down. Tell me why, or if you don't want to, you can just leave the rankings. But I just wanted to give you guys another one of these rankings because I have one more, and then I have a top 10 video that involves Chucky. So keep your guys' eyes peeled for that. I'm really excited to give you guys those. And plus, after I do all that, I'm planning on starting with the Halloween franchise, starting the rankings for that one. I want to watch and review each one and do ranking videos to prepare for the next Halloween movie, because that's coming out in October. So I'm really excited for that movie. But if you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, join Scissor Paws family, and become a slasher, and share, as sharing really helps the channel, especially this video. I really appreciate all the support, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace.
He never coming back no more. This is your life, you